Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off the water supply underneath the sink. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Frigidaire refrigerator water tube. It's going to be a very easy repair and it should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new water tube. The water tube is located in the freezer door. The main reason to be changing it out is if it's damaged and you're getting water leaking on the floor. In order to get to the part, we have to open up both doors. To get the kick plate grill off, there's 4 locking tabs that go across the top. We're just going to reach down and grab it and flex it so you have an opening. Then you can just carefully pull out and get the tabs to release. Once you have all 4 locking tabs released, you can pull the kick plate grill off the refrigerator. Now that we have the kick plate off, we're going to throw a towel down so we can disconnect the water tube. There's a little locking collar right here. We're going to use a 3/8" open end wrench to press in on the locking collar. Once you have it pressed in, we can pull it off the water tube. Once you have it free, we can pull the towel out and close both doors. Once you have the doors closed, we can take the dispenser apart. First thing we're going to do is pull the drip tray off. All you have to do is pull it out and set it aside. Once you have the tray off, we can take off the screws on the bottom. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to take them out. Now that you have the screws out, you can lift up on the frame. There's 3 locking tabs on the top that we have to unhook it from. Once you have it released, you can pull out a little bit, and then we can carefully reach behind and disconnect the wiring harness that's connected to the control board. To disconnect the wiring harness, you just have to carefully pull it off the board. Once you have it disconnected, you can pull the dispenser frame off and set it aside. Now we have to take this whole assembly off, so we're going to use a 3/16" nut driver and just push this water line up through the opening so we can pull the assembly off. Once you have the water line pushed through, you can use a Phillips screwdriver to remove these 3 screws. Once you have the screws out, you can carefully pull this assembly out, and we're going to carefully unhook the wiring harness on this side. To get the wiring harness off, all you have to do is press on this locking tab and pull it off the control board. Once you have the wiring harness disconnected, you can pull the assembly out of the dispenser. Now that we have the assembly out of the way, we can reach in and pull out the water tube. You just have to carefully pull it up out of the hole in the back wall of the dispenser. Once you have it free, you can pull it off the refrigerator. Here's the old water tube next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the water tube in, we have to feed it up through the lower freezer door hinge. There's a hole right here that the line goes through. So all you have to do is carefully line it up and push it all the way through until it comes up into the dispenser. Now that we have the water tube all the way in, we're just going to leave this here and go up top and put the dispenser together. To put the assembly back in, we have to first push the water tube down through the opening so it comes out maybe 1/4 inch from this opening right here. So we're going to hold it at an angle while we grab it and push the water tube in. Once you have the water tube through, we're going to carefully lift this up so we can reconnect the wire harness. It can only go on one way, so make sure you push it on all the way so you get a good connection. Once you have it in place, then we're going to have to kind of fit this assembly to make sure it's going to go all the way back, because if you have too much of a loop on the water tube, it's not going to let this push all the way back in. So you just want to put it in place, and if you feel that it's binding up, you're going to have to go down to the bottom of the door and pull some of the water line out through the bottom of the hinge so you take up that slack so we can push this assembly all the way in. Once you have it in place, we can use our Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in. Now that we have the assembly remounted, we can put the frame on. To put the frame on, we're going to reconnect the wiring harness. Just have to carefully line it up and push it on. Just want to make sure it goes down all the way so you get a good connection. Once you have the wiring harness connected, you can rotate the frame over and hook the upper 3 hooks on. Once you have it in place, we can use our Phillips screwdriver to put the screws back in. Once you have all the screws in, we can put the drip tray back in. All you have to do is line it up and push it onto the frame. Now that we have the drip tray in, we can open up both doors so we can go down and connect the water tube at the bottom. All you have to do is carefully push it in so it seats all the way and you get a good seal. Once you have it connected, we can put the kick plate back on. As you're lining it up, you may have to flex it a little bit. You have to make sure that these 4 locking tabs go above the frame right here. Once you're sure you have the 4 tabs above the frame, you can push in on the bottom and then push on the top so the 4 locking tabs lock in. Now that we have the kick plate on, we can close both doors, plug the refrigerator back in, turn the water back on, then make sure it starts to cool. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.